Guys, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. I'm back again. Source on Spill. Let's get right into it. I've seen some rumors about Jose to PSG a while ago, and I thought let me talk on them now. I'm not knocking that. I mean, if they get Jose, fair enough. There's all these sort of things. You know, he's going to try and make you challenge for proper stuff. His CV says it, and when Jose's in the room, if you're a player, you listen because the man is a winner. He literally breeds winning. Like he's won in every country. I'm not knocking that. But if I was PSG's chief or the fan or of any position of influence at PSG, Pochettino, yes, Pochettino hasn't won anything major as a coach. Hasn't come close to winning anything major as a coach. He's the closest he's come is third in a two-horse race. I can't lie. I had to get that. Spurs fans, forgive me. But why I would go for him? Because firstly, the most important one, PSG. Yes, they're not a historically big club per se with the Champions League and all of them sort of things. But the ambition, the drive, the taking steps to get there, a lot of that is reflected in Pochettino. Pochettino hasn't won a lot of things, and he hasn't. If you look at it as black and white as possible, he hasn't won a lot of things, and he hasn't won anything for how many years. But he's forward thinking. He's going places. He's not the finished product now, but he's going somewhere. There's an end goal. So if they both have the same, so if you look at Pochettino and the club PSG, they both have the same ethos, somewhat the same journey, same sort of thing. Like they marry together very well. Not only that, Pochettino would have a big transfer budget, and he won't. I know he's bought players like Janssen and things, and he gets away with a lot of dud signings. But 9 times out of 10, his players are good. He makes some very good signings. He's definitely going to improve the young players, both the 21, 22-year-olds and the immediately young 17, 18. He'll create a pathway. And yes, PSG have an unlimited budget, but they've got some serious players. They've got Nkunku, who's slightly older. Yacine Adli is doing his thing for the under-17s for France. They had the Kone. They've got Kimbele as a defender. Pochettino will improve him as a defender. They've got young Gomez who can be like Kante. So there's a pipeline of players. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe, who's spoken about being world class. Pochettino could help him on his way to being that. So he's definitely going to help young players. He mirrored, like I said, his journey as a coach mirrors what the club is trying to do. He plays expansive football and he manages to have freedom within a framework. What I mean by that is, apart from the first 10 minutes against Real Madrid, I mean, they went two up front and it was a bit negative, but apart from the first 10 minutes, you saw them start to play football, have a go, and then when Winks finally understood, okay, let me stop respecting these Real Madrid dons, passed it to Aurier and he clipped it in. So they'll go toe to toe. If that's Jose, he might very well win that match, but it's not going to be pretty. And I'm pretty sure PSG didn't spend 200 odd, 300 odd mil on total for all these players to go six at the back versus Real Madrid if that was them. It is worth noting, I do think the time will come for Poch to leave Spurs, but I don't think it's within. I think within the net he'll give it another 2 years purely because I say he's built a very good side. He probably wants to try and take them as far as he can, sort of thing. Like if they have a proper sustained. I know they finished second couple of years, so it doesn't make sense. But I mean, it's been a case where Spurs have been the team that can catch who's first. What I mean, if they ever sustain title challenges, Spurs and someone else who hopefully Arsenal, but they're in it and then they fall short or they win it, then he might look to leave. Or if he sees his team dismantled with the rumours of Kane, the big boys wanting Kane and Toby wants to leave, and you've seen Rose, what he said. These are the sort of things I think will make Poch leave, which isn't going to happen in the immediate future. But for me, he's improved existing players at Spurs. He's improved new players, young and old. He galvanizes the South American spirit. Like for me, Pochettino very much mirrors PSG as a club. He hasn't won anything, but within the next 5 or 10 years, I'll be amazed if he hasn't won the big boy Prems and maybe even Champions League and stuff. Don't get me wrong, people painting with a rose tint, especially last year in regards to the Champions League. But so far, Spurs look like they've improved in the Champions League. People, me included, we all wanted Spurs to go out against in that group, but they've taken advantage. They stood up to be counted against Dortmund. Important point against Real Madrid. I think even Pochettino said to his players, and pardon my language, when he told them the tactics, he said, what the fuck? They said, what the fuck? Then after, they called him a genius. These are the sort of things. Imagine that at PSG. Imagine Pochettino. And Pochettino's a big boy in this, man. It's a shame he's at Spurs. I got a lot of time for Pochettino, man. From his work at Southampton to now. Even Espanyol to a degree as a player. Like, even though I weren't there. But yeah, man. That's another point. He played for PSG as well while we're on the sense of players. So he has knowledge about the club. He understands how big the club is, how important the club is. I mean, Pochettino knows that anyways. He fully immersed himself in Southampton and the Spurs culture. And he uses that whole Spurs culture to play to advantage at home. But not this year so much. But at the White Hart Lane, they were roaring. Fans, players, him roaring. But yeah, man, that would be my candidate if I was PSG, to be honest with you. Because for the first time in years, Like, Spurs are a legit force in the sense that they, yes, don't get me wrong, for all the hype and me included, they haven't won anything. Like, that's the way you look at it. Arsenal have been poor with one stuff, they're going places, but they eventually have to win stuff. But this is the time where you're an Arsenal fan, City fan, whatever, Chelsea, whatever, that you're legit. The last couple of years, you've been legitly scared of Spurs. Like, and if I put myself in a Spurs fan's point of view, this must be the most exciting times, certainly of my age group, Spurs fans, to be Spurs fans. Like, you can believe you can beat everyone in big games. You're showing you can. Like, yeah, man. You turned Kane into a gunman up front. Pochettino's a big boy. Like, he's young. I'll be going for Poch instead of Jose. You know what you're getting with Jose. But Pochettino, he's more stability. He might even lay down his roots for a number of years. Look at Spurs. Unless the big boys come for him, I don't see him forcing himself out of Spurs. It's only I don't know about United, but if United came, I'm pretty sure Poch would listen. I know he said he wouldn't manage Barcelona. I don't believe that to a degree because it's Barcelona. Imagine they asked him now the chance to manage Lionel Messi, his countryman, the best player in the world. I don't think he's turning that down. Madrid will do that. It looks like they're grooming him. Yeah, man, PSG on the basis. There's not really other clubs. I mean, Bayern Munich could get him if they wanted to, but that's not one I've heard. But yeah, guys, Deluded Gooner, I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe. Yeah, I'm out. Hope I've given you something to think about.